Hello, Maddie and
Sudha here. Hello, everyone.
awesome. So we are live in what are all the pages?
All the 4 pages or 5 pages, including my personal profile. We are in our business page, Maddie Ula Explore with My Family, and YouTube Pioneer Prosperity Movement, and his personal profile,
and also YouTube Pioneer Prosperity Movement. Yes,
so
yes.
all together,
Yes.
we are aired in 5 platforms.
And moreover, guys, we help parents and families who are determined to create a freedom of life in terms of time, location, and finance. And also, if it is their top priority to create a organic, holistic, low toxic health for themselves and also for their kids. And if it is their top priority, we personally help and mentor through our patented global online business. So here we are from Pioneer Prosperity Movement.
Welcome to episode 79.
Yes, Sunday. Yes.
Continuous 79th Sunday business live. And this is here we are. This is the 79th episode. And those who are watching live, please put a live or wave or say hello.
Yes, say hello, say hi.
Those who are watching the replay, hashtag replay.
Interact with us, and that'll be great and awesome. Here we are.
And we also have to say about the Pioneer Prosperity Group.
Oh, yes. We are also framed our closed business group. It's not a business. The group is mainly we formed basically to create an awareness, education in terms of finance, in terms of wealth, in terms of personal development, in terms of personal growth, in terms of what we could say, the freedom. That's the main thing, freedom, right? Because why we are saying the reason, because we must know, first of all, many of us, you can very well resonate to this. Many of us believe what we are conditioned to believe. Many of us have been told right from the school or right from the childhood that you must work hard. You must get a decent job. You must study well. You must go and get the decent job. You will get a good job only when you study well. If you don't study well, you will get the job accordingly. Then you must work hard in your job to get a decent income. And then be in the life. You must work hard where? In the job.
In the job. Before that, study hard.
Yeah. So everything we have been told, hard. Everything we have been told, job. Everything we have been told, to do. Did any one of us say to live? So when we are going to start to live?
And also none of them said work on yourself.
Yes. And none of them said that what is our real birthright is. How many of you know your birthright? The birthright of every human being is, the birthright of every human being basically is freedom. How many of you know this? And another main birthright of every human being in this globe is abundance. These are the two main birthright of every individual in this world. How many of you know this? Because we felt it. And since we have not been told, since it has not been passed on by generations, we believe what we are conditioned to believe. We believe what we told to believe. By means of that, we forgot the birthright. And since because of lack of knowledge about, lack of information about, lack of since because we forgot about our birthright, eventually, are we living here? We are living with what we have been told. Not being a human being as an human doing. So, followed by that, what we are doing here? We are not being a human being. We are human doing. By means of that, we are doing all the time, right?
Working or doing things
Working for what?
for others.
Working for others, working for the job. And when the things comes and say to us that you must work on, it's not possible. Practically, it is not. No, reality, it is not. It is not possible. That's what we even forget to see what is on the other side of life. We even forget to believe, since because we have been deeply hardwired and deeply rooted to believe that knowledge is not possible for us. It is not going to work out for me. I don't have time for that. It is not as a bullshit, isn't it?
And also repeatedly seeing only surrounding who are surrounding us, they're doing the same thing. So we
Exactly.
will also become autopilot.
Yes.
Doing the okay, this is what everyone doing.
Oh,
I'm also doing
what
the same.
you're talking about? Yeah. What
That's
you're
it.
talking about? Of course, we must do a job, and then how we get the money? What?
Everyone is doing that.
Everyone is doing. Since because everyone is doing, I'm also doing.
Yeah.
How it is possible to get the money then? Okay. Are we a human doing or are we a human being? That is why. Since everyone is doing, you're also doing. If you say so, because everyone around us don't know that. Most of us, 95% of people don't know this. Because they are following a herd. We also, right? In
Yes,
our life, how many
that's
years?
23 years.
23 years. We are in the age of what? 44.
44.
For the past 24 years, no one 23 years. For the past 23 years, no one has to be blamed. No one has to be blamed. Because that's what the system, that's what the society says.
And also we've been surrounded by people who
Do the same.
Who do the same. So we did that.
Who do the same for the sake of doing.
And then when we surrounded by other sort of people who dream big, then we know.
And what the society thinks when other people are going around the dreams, when other people are going towards their passion, or when other people are doing what these 95% of people are not doing, what they say, this fellow don't know how to live their life. This fellow, blah, 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 blah. Disconnect from them. Don't honor them. Don't appreciate them. Or don't follow them. Right? And they'll just neglect them. But actually, where the problem is, the problem is not for the person who is following their dreams, who is following their passion. But the thing is, it's because of the limited belief. They still hook on to the crowd who is doing for the sake of doing. But at the same time, I'm not after money. Money is not going to bring happiness. Too much of money is not good. I'm not working for money. I'm not after money. But I'm not after money, but actually, what they're working for?
Chasing, actually, not even working, chasing everything.
Okay, who is the master here? Either the money is the master or the human being is the master.
Money becomes the master.
No. Yeah, that's right. No, in what's the purpose of money here?
To serve us.
To serve whom? Humans.
Yeah.
Money is basically created. I forgot the name of the bank. Bank is from the what word it is? 300 centuries back or something like that. We forgot the history about it. We came across this. Money is basically created for serving the humans. When we say that, what? No, I won't believe it. We are living in the society like that. And because of the poor money minds, I'm not after money. What they are doing here, what majority of the crowd is doing. Even we have done that, right?
Yeah.
We have done that. Why? Because of lack of awareness. Because of the lack of awareness, because of we don't know that.
No financial literacy whatsoever.
No financial literacy. We have been told you must work hard. Okay, we will work hard. That's fine.
Paycheck comes.
Yeah.
Wait for the next paycheck.
Yeah. We work hard. That's fine. But when you're going to live, no. That is why the way of life is when you work hard until the age of 65 or 70, then you'll be getting a superannuation. Then you'll be getting what's that insurance, blah, 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 blah. Just a minute, guys. We got a call. Now then you get income, blah, 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 blah. And based on that, you after retire, what? Then it was deep into us in the past nearly 6-7 years. Because right from the beginning, we felt that we both felt the difference of from the crowd, right?
Yeah.
Even though we are with a crowd of people, we feeling that, isn't the life is? Are we here to just settle for small?
Settle, yeah.
Isn't it? Right from the beginning. That is why, because we have to bring a story here, right? We have to tell about us.
Us, yeah.
Why?
What happened to us?
What happened to us and why we are doing on what we want. Many of us don't go deep into it. Why? Because many of them go through but don't grow through. How many of you can resonate to this? We are not here to go through, right? We felt it right from the beginning. And fortunately and gratefully, we both hooked on together right from 1996 in our university, right? So the reason, because we are having a group of friends, and basically in our college we what the group I call as S cube M square dA R square K square, right? Do you remember that? Do you still remember that? So we are having those many number of people. Among those, only we are having 3 guys, me, another guy, and another. So in that case, so, and then right from the beginning, we both felt that we are having a passion towards going around. We are having a passion towards helping people. We are having a passion towards not only being happy ourselves, but making other people are happy around us. We felt that deep inside us, right from the beginning. And then when we went into that society, from the university to the society towards working, we couldn't see, okay, all right, they're earning, that's fine. And we can give an example. When we are about to buy a new car, about to buy a car, what the people around us say?
Buy a
used car, so that, because you are not going to settle in, because when we first bought the car in Malaysia,
2000,
yeah. So even back in India, like when we started our work, and now people said to me, why can't you buy a second-hand bike, used bike? What?
Motorbike, yeah.
Okay, all right, I bought it, but I couldn't able to feel that, all right, is it the life? I'm not saying anything wrong with that. Is it the life? And then when we come across towards Malaysia, why we came to Malaysia? Because we felt the difference in us. No, we are not here to settle for small. We just came up leveled ourselves, right?
We were working and living there for
actually,
27 years.
Basically in India, we got a good salary, because I was working as a principal and you are also working as a lecturer. We got a good salary, and wherever we travel with a second class AC or first class AC in the train, right? We progress, but still we felt that glass ceiling over there. Okay, what else we can do? Are we going through the life, or are we growing through the life? We felt that, no, I think we need to furthermore. So that's why we went to the Malaysia. Move country for what? For the
raising our standards.
Yes.
Basically.
Yeah, and then when we are in Malaysia, when we are about to buy a new car, what people around us say?
Again, the same thing. Buy a used car.
That's what many people do.
Invest in new car.
Why you are too much? It's not. Of course, I understand that your car is a liability. Blah 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 things. But think about this way: buying a used car is fine, but what I feel always is, I don't know anything about mechanic aspect of it. If the car is having a windscreen issue or so many other issues with the used car, and the time that is taking to me to go and get back and getting repaired for all those silly things, because I always look into the time. And people say that time is equal to money. Time is not equal to money. Don't believe that, guys. Time is not equal to money. That's what being told to us, right? And then people say that don't buy, then we went and bought. We felt the difference. All right. Likewise, when we hopped on from Malaysia to Australia, people said, don't go to Australia. It is so difficult over there. Exams are so difficult. You are earning already very well in Malaysia, because you are living in a beautiful condo there. Blah 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 blah. What we did?
We moved.
Are we having any family here?
No, we are the first generation to migrate. Don't have anyone here.
And after we moved,
we did.
After we moved, how many people asked us? When we moved, how many people said no?
Also many.
Many people. When after we moved and settled, after we moved and after we crossed so many of registration examinations and all those sort of things, whatever people said can't, we made it can. And what people then said, whoever said no, then what they did, they called us.
Yeah.
They asked how you did it. The thing is, we felt the difference. We said to ourselves, we are not here for average. We said to ourselves, we are not here to settle small. We felt the difference. When we feel the difference, what we did, we did based on what the successors do. Because if they can do, why can't we?
And I'm very sure, or always I've said, I can see that we've taken a different path than what others did. You know, when we are among a group of friends or group of people.
How many of you feel that, guys? How many of you feel
Always
that whenever you take a different path, people around you, or do they encourage you, or what do they say? Oh, why you are doing that?
Or the negative things about.
How many of you come across this kind of situation of what we came across? You can share it below. Just share it with us. Express your feeling, guys. That's what the thing it is. Trust each other and express each other. By means of that, when we share, we grow. Isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, go on.
Also, when we moved first time, when we moved country, and also before that we moved interstate, so there was always people around us were expressing the negative aspect of moving to a new place.
I would like to highlight one thing here. Sorry for interrupting, but just a thought of just adding some value there. Because why do they say? Is reason because, just a minute, guys. Why do they say? Because people always look for familiarity. People always look for familiarity because when they live in familiarity, they live in a comfort zone. Anything outside of the familiarity, anything outside of the comfort zone is what? Threatening them. Risk. Right from the caveman stage, our brain is basically designed to make us to survive, to conserve the energy. Anything out of that cave, anything out of that line, anything out of that border, when we cross, there is a threat. Don't do that. And not only that, right from the caveman, we always live in a group. Why? Those days, there is not such proper light, blah, blah, blah. So in that case, you have to be in the group. If you're outside of the group, what happens?
Danger. You can't handle danger alone.
Yeah.
So we always had a group to save us.
But are we living in a caveman stage? But people say that you have to adjust with the group. You have to blend with the group. When all the others, when all the 1,000 people, when all the herd is doing this, why you are going there? Because it is what the exact sentence said to us. When you move from state to state, because those who are know about India, guys, when huge difference, it's like a different country. Even though it's the same country, but if you state to state, it's a different language, different little bit of difference in culture, everything.
You are definitely a foreigner, even if you are
even the face features are different.
Interstater, definitely. You are a foreigner.
By means of looking at the face, you can very well say, this person is not this state, isn't it?
Very easily can identify an outsider.
So in that way, when we move from out of familiarity, out of our comfort zone, people say, don't do that. No, blah, blah. Threat. Because people are being conditioned to not to take risk. Why? Right from the caveman stage again. And whoever taken risk, what happened to them? They succeeded.
Always they're up level from what they were.
And people say that not to fail in life because failure is considered as what? Fatal. Failure is considered as punishment. You may think that we are just going around the bush, drifting around something else, not the business, right? That is what the problem is. Unawareness and conditioned and told to be there. And because of that, people are not seeing whenever they see a posh car, say like a Jaguar crosses or Lamborghini crosses, what immediately comes into your mind?
Somebody rich driving there.
Somebody rich driving. I don't know how he has got the money. He might have done something wrong. He might be a drug person, blah, 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 blah.
Inherited.
He's not paying the tax properly. He's not showing the income properly, isn't it? What is the first thing comes in the mind whenever someone crosses like that?
I bet hardly one in 100 will think, oh, I want to buy that car.
No, 1 in 100,
maybe.
Think 1 in 100, not 1 in 1,000 may think, I'm so grateful for the person who is living the life. How many of you think like that? Whereas 99.99% of people think in such a way, you didn't have, what's that? You didn't have worked hard. Inherited generation. And also how many of them thinks in such a way, he is not showing the money, what he's earning. He is so fringy, he is greedy, blah, blah, blah. When people connected greedy with money, why?
They're not, they don't go together.
Guys,
they're very
we must understand,
different.
we born here for what? More. Why I'm saying more? Why we are saying more is, when we yearn and make more, what we do?
Give more.
We give more. That's it.
That's the
So,
abundance
that's
mindset.
mindset. But what's happening here? People are being conditioned to be in the scarcity mindset. You need to buy a house, but it's not your asset. You need to buy a property, it's not your asset. You have to pay. And whatever the money comes, you must save the money and you must focus on how much you're spending. That is the problem. You must focus on how much you are spending. And because you must focus on how much you're saving. What is developing? Scarcity mindset.
Yeah.
With that scarcity mindset, do you think that you live in abundance? No, right? And what it leads to? Live with small. Live with what we have. And be happy with what you have. Is the money grows in trees?
That's very
How many of you know this?
All over the world, I think. I thought it was only where I come from, but after I came there, everyone says the same.
Is the money grows in trees? Too much of money is not good, because it seems like a ghost. Isn't it? And when we earn too much, we have to pay tax too much. What? It's all because of unawareness, lack of literacy. And what do they do to develop their financial literacy? They go and study
economics or
you know what?
Taxation, accounting.
Economics have been framed in the two schools when there was an economic downturn. And still they have the same frame of structure of information there. They haven't changed. But how many of you know, after 1970, there is no gold standard for money. There's no gold standard, guys. How many of you know this? How many of you are conscious about your wealth creation? How many of you are conscious about the difference between the asset and liability? They are conscious to an extent based on real estate stuff. There's nothing wrong in it. But how many of you know the real depth of knowledge behind? How many of you know about the finance literacy? Finance, I'm not saying the number, guys. Number comes later. But you must have a financial literacy about what you're really creating. What is the point of making money? The point of making money is to fulfill yourself first. That is what the purpose of money has been created. But who is the master? When you're working for money, by selling, by trading your time, who is the master? Money is the master. Then we say, too much of money is not good. I am not after money. Money is not going to bring happiness to my life.
What for you want too much money? What are you going to do?
So in that case, we felt the difference right from the beginning, right? That is why
we always dreamt big. Right from the beginning, and always our mind or our heart was like choosing a different path. Even though it's
not about we must be different. It's about seeing people. Okay, are you going to settle like that? But unknowingly, we also felt in the trap. We also fall into the trap of what has been said to us. We must buy a house. And we must settle there. We must hook on to, anchor to, as long as because we are a tree, right? Isn't it? And what we did, we also did the same blender.
Because financial literacy is what we learned in this last 2 years more. And then we didn't educate ourselves towards finance and things.
Then we started seeing, of course, we bought something and thinking this is an asset. When it is going to be an asset? After 65, after we pay a mortgage, by the time it is not going to be a real asset. After 65, we are going to have a mortgage. What we are doing with that money after 65? What are you going to do? After 70, we pay for what? Aged care center. Is it the life that we're after? Then we thought of, what is this? Okay, we moved from country to country for the purpose of growth, but still we couldn't able to live the life what we are after. So that's the problem. The problem is lack of financial literacy. And when we looked up, wow, that is the light. Most of successes in business people didn't buy the property first, but they developed their life first. Okay, that is what the light bulb, guys. And then we opened ourselves with open mindset, that because we thought of bringing a change in our life, right?
And also we felt the importance, after seeing the people, we also felt the importance of investing in ourselves.
That's the thing. You might be thinking that again, see, it's a 26 minutes mark, that you might be thinking that why we are actually drifting around again and again. Because if you can't understand all this, you end up in doing the business for the sake of doing any business. That is why, whether you are many, even this week also, many times I shared with you about the cash flow quadrant. Many of them jumping from, this same job is not working out. What they're doing, they're opening a small business. Again, it's getting trapped. Why? Again, because of lack of financial literacy, lack of wealth consciousness. That is why we are bringing in here. Because without knowing all this, you definitely not be in a position to know what really you want. It might be confusing. Understand that. We are selling what we are selling, but we are servicing here. What we are servicing? We are servicing to make sure that you are growing in your life along with us.
Yes. Yeah.
Because without knowing this, we don't know about that. That's what the problem happened.
Before even knowing about the business, and then you have to know why you need a business.
Yeah, because it happened to us as well. We felt that no, we are not here to settle small. We are not here to live with what we have. We are not here to be happy with what we have. Of course, we are so grateful with what we have. It doesn't mean that you have to be happy with what we have. If we are see, life is like a cup. You know, the cup has to be always filled. Then only we can give more. If the cup is not filled, and when we are giving, and if the cup is getting empty, then what happens? You live a budgeted life. You tend to save the money. And then if it's getting empty, furthermore, because the cost of living is going 8% more than your pay hike. How many of you know your economic gap? How many of you are aware about the economic gap? There's an economic gap of 6% economic gap every year between the pay hike and the cost of living. 6%. Okay, 1 year, fine. 5 years after? 30 years. 30% economic gap 5 years after. How many of you know about it? That's a different topic anyway, but how many of you know aware about it? When we say, it's a bullshit, it's not been told in any of the system or any of the schools, guys. If they say that, how many of the professors or how many of the instructors in the school are millionaires and billionaires? None of them, right? So think about it. So we felt the difference. The moment we felt the difference, no, we are not here for that. We don't have that kind of poor money mindset. We felt that the poor money mindset made us to come up to this extent. We felt the difference between us and the crowd.
Yeah.
That made us to give up with open-mindedness without having an ego. Yes, we are having the ego. We were having the ego, right? Yeah. Whenever an opportunity comes, we are, I know about that. Because we are so much hooked on to the past, right?
And also we had a guard, not looking things as it is. We had a guard. Oh no, this is, I know.
It's not bullshit. It's not going to work out for me.
I've heard that before.
Yeah, I know. I'm not that kind of guy. Yeah. I don't have time for that. The money. No, too much of money. No. I'm not after money. I used to say that, guys. Personally, I used to say that. But at the same time, when I look into my life, what I'm doing, I was working for money. Literally. I accepted that. What I did, I put my God down. I put my ego down. Many of us don't know that we are egoistic. Immediately, I put my ego down with an open-mindedness. I've seen the business opportunity right from 2016 because there is a sand. There are some sand moments in my life which I shared with you earlier itself. I felt that she's being a single parent here, and I felt that I was a tree. I was told that just a number in my job. That really made me to realize where I am in my life and what I am just doing rather than living with family. And I felt the difference of people who are really living than existing. And I said to myself one sentence like this, because we were fortunately working in a aged care center, and we have seen two group of people. The group of people who are really lived, and we came across this 106 years old, and those are the two people. I won't say role model, but inspired me. Those are the two people I shared with you. That 106 years old lady, even after every meal, she gets up with a walking stick, not walking frame, walking stick, and she tells that I'm here to burn my food. If I don't burn my food, I burn myself. The food burns me. It's not related to this topic, but I would like to bring it in here. Whereas the other group of people who are 70, 80 years old, they always wheelchair bound and they wait for two people to assist them. It's not because of the illness. Of course, because of the illness, it's because of the regret. Because we spend how many minutes? 20 minutes for each person. They share their story. And when we go in deep into them, it's not about the personal story that we are sharing with you, but we felt that those who wouldn't live, leads to mental illness, which leads to regret, which affects their disease, right? And because of they became wheelchair bound or they depend on people. But those who lived, they don't have the regret. They live and they are independent even after 100 years, even after 106 years. And this one particular lady, until 19 years old, she played table tennis and she went for a swimming. It's not because of the physical ability, it's because of the mental clarity. And she doesn't have any regret, because why? Both of them followed their dreams. Both of them lived their passion. And both of them lived, and the 106 years old is so humorous lady actually. Then we felt the difference there, fortunately. And I used to say this, then I need to say this sentence, because I said to myself, when I go into my grave, I should say to myself, I didn't exist. I lived. So I'm not here to exist. I'm here to live. Because when I exist, when I just keep on paying money, paying for the bills and getting the paycheck to paycheck, I'll just exist. Whereas when I live, I bring more, I make more, I do more, eventually I give more, impact more, I inspire more, I impact many more families, and I succeed more, I show more, and make other people to succeed as well. See the difference between the way of life rather than existing, living. And when we go to the grave with that mindset, people around us, what they think, wow, this person is an example. This person is a role model. This person is a really inspired. This person really changed my life. External people, what the people close to me think about my generations, I would say, wow, my father, my granddad, my grandmom did this. Because of them, we are living with the generational wealth, right? That is what we are creating. That's what we are after. And when we have seen that the 3 million in our business can do this,
why can't we?
That's it. That's what the topic is. Because we have seen that kind of mindset, the mentality, even though we did our job for the past 23 years. Since because we put our God down, ego down, when we came up with an open mindset, We have explored different business, right?
Yeah, when we as soon
Oh.
as we put the guard down, it's everything popping up, all the
All the business.
opportunities, and then our dreams also, which we had.
All the
always
opportunities popped up.
come.
Did we see the opportunity as it is or as we are?
As we are.
Before.
Yeah, before.
But after 2016, we put the guard down. What
And
happened?
then see as it is.
We saw we have started seeing the opportunity as it
As
is.
it is.
Unless you put the guard down, unless you put your ego down, we always hooked on to
The
past stories. My uncle did it, my auntie did it, my dad did it, my siblings said, because the blah 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 blah, others' opinion, right? So we don't see the opportunity as it is. Yes, we did. We didn't see that opportunity as it is, because what we have, the big wall, the big God, the big ego, familiarity. There is no, it's not, I don't know about that, I can't learn that. Lack of familiarity stopped us. Fear stopped us. Scared mindset stopped us. We focused on more on what we spent, what we are spending. Right? We lived in a budgeted life. And then after the moment we just put the guard on, we saw the opportunity. We have started seeing opportunity as it is. And then afterwards, since 2016, we have explored many different opportunities, because we are after what? We are very clear. We are after freedom.
That's what we couldn't resonate with a lot of the things. And then finally, February 2021,
the moment it has been shown in front of us,
it was like,
that time it was 1.7 million people around the globe are doing this business and producing a generational wealth. Along with that, they are living with a life of organic, low toxic, holistic health, not only for them, for their generations, for their kids, with one-time investment. And whether they do the business or not, they can be as a consumer and they can be a business person as well, with a multi-million dollars business across the globe. Wow. What happened?
Decision was made
just quick. That's what the successes do. Successes make a decision quicker, whether it is right or wrong. Those who delay the decisions, those who don't make a decision, is the wrong decision. Whereas successes make a decision whether it is right or wrong, because if it goes wrong, what happens?
Nothing.
They'll fail. All right. What they learn from the failure is the main thing. Successes see what they learn from the failure. Whereas the average people see, if I fail, my aunt talks about me. If I fail, the society says blah, 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 blah. And they remain stuck there with what they hooked on to, with their ego, with their dependent, because they are indirectly depends on the validation of others. I'm proud. I was proud, guys, being a physio, I would say. I'm a proud physiotherapist. My life is physio. I used to say that, but right from being, I'm not a born physiotherapist. I can be anything because I believed in who I am, who I can become. And then I made a decision just like that. Even I didn't go through the complete webinar which has been shown to us. That's what we do, guys. What we do when the person asks us, we qualify and we send. And the moment I was going through that, wow, it is going to enhance our health. Wow, it is going to enhance our wealth. It is going to give the freedom what we are really after. That time you have seen when 1.7 million people can do, why can't we?
And now it's become 3 million people in this last 2 years. So nearly doubled up.
If 3 million people around the globe can able to live the life of freedom, can able to live, create the passionate life, they can able to create the personal brand, can able to humanize the personal brand with this patented global online business which is existing in the globe for the past 5 decades, almost 48 years, and it's booming every single year from 1.7 million in February 2021 to now 3 million. Then what's the question? Why can't we? If they can, why can't we? Are we not deserved? Are we not deserved? We are so much deserved. Every single human being is deserved. It's what is stopping? Because people are hooked on to the past. Since because they hooked on to the past, the God, the ego, The fear of faith. The face of fear is something with ego. Oh, no. I don't have time for that. I don't have money for that. Is it too much? It's too blah, 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 blah. No, too much of money is not blue, blue. The mindset, the limited belief, the past life, the past stories. So, if they can, if we can,
you can too.
By within November 16 to 2027, we are going to impact minimum 1,000 families around the globe, because it's a global online business.
Yep. That's our vision for the 5 years.
We are not going to cold pitch anyone or cold call anyone or nag anyone, and we are not here to convince anyone. We are not here to persuade anyone. When you can't convince your own dream to live your life of passion or dreams, when you can't persuade yourself, and if you say no to us, are you saying no to us? You're saying no to yourself. So who are we to convince you? Who are we to persuade you? When you are saying no to your dreams, no to your freedom, no to your passionate life, no to your quality family time, then who are we to convince and persuade you? That is why we say always that we are not here to convince and persuade people. We are here to help and serve these people and to show them the other side of life, making them to deserve the life of freedom and a life of success. And whoever can resonate to it, and whoever can see what really it is, and whoever can see what we have seen, we are giving hand to them. And as we said, by November 16, 2027, we are going to minimum impact 1,000 families. Come with us. Let's impact more even. Let's succeed with us. But we are not here to convince anyone again. We are having that vision. Why? Because we are seeing people in this business 9 years, 10 years, 25 years in this business.
Yeah. Mother, daughter.
They all started with zero.
Generation.
And now they're having thousands and thousands of people and their team to impact, because it is a pattern. A global online business is going to entirely, completely enhance your holistic, low toxic, organic health with what? One time
investment.
Lifetime business. Whether you do the business or not, it's going to be with you. So it's time. When is the time?
Now.
Is it tomorrow? Now. So what is holding you back? Your past stories, your past limitations, your guard, your ego. I will voice out whether you personalize it or I don't mind, because I was having it. Yes, we don't know. We are not aware about it. The ego. Oh, no. My aunt said this is not going to work out. My mom said, my uncle said, no. When they said 30 years back, when they said 10 years back, world is evolving. The world is changing. The world is getting digitalized.
Every year,
you know what? By sitting here, I'm talking to people who is living in California through this online business, who is living in Vancouver.
Every week, every
day.
Come
on, guys. It is getting globalized, and the online is connecting. And do I need to be a tech savvy?
Bring people together.
And is it going to happen overnight? They must know. Is it going to happen overnight? When we saw about financial freedom, is it going to happen overnight? That is why we qualify people. See, guys, everyone wants money. Oh, no, I'm not after money. Okay, what for you working for? Money mindset problem. Okay, correct the money mindset. Okay, so we are not going to go to the topic. Already we mentioned that. Whereas when people say that I'm after too much of money, okay, that's fine, all good. There's nothing wrong in being too much. That's fine. But when you want to earn your first $10,000 per month, I would like to earn immediately within 1 month. Okay, this is not the business for you. Definitely. It can be possible, but if they come with the mindset of, okay, I invest this much, when I can get back. We always say that you will get your investment within 7 transactions. Yes, it is possible. But at the same time, if they come with a quick rich mindset, what? Okay, that's fine. How much of online experience do you have? I don't have any online experience, but I would like to have the money immediately. Okay, that's fine. How you don't have any online experience, that's fine. Then how much time that you can invest on yourself every single day or every week to learn about that what we are going to teach you? I can hardly spend half an hour a week. Yeah, I know I don't have an online experience, but I can hardly spend half an hour a week because blah 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 blah. I have 1,000 kids. What we do? We disqualify them, right?
These are the answers they gave. This is not our answers. These are the answers when we talk to them. So we've disqualified so many people.
More than we qualify, we disqualify. You know why? Even though we are after the number of people, but we are so much after the quality of the people.
Right people for the to.
So many people comes with interest. So many people comes with intrigue. Curiosity. And when people ask, we'll just give some questions. You know why? Because how much depth? Because it is a process. And without you knowing that, we are not here to show, oh, this much you can earn, blah, blah, blah. Because now there's so much of external noise in YouTube, TikTok, blah, blah, blah. $1,000 a day, $10,000, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. We don't make any income claims.
The reason because it is possible, but your output, your income is basically based on what you input into yourself. Got it? Got it? If you're about to earn that much of, say, 50K per month or 100K per month, which is very well possible. We are seeing that many number of people here in this business. And when we see their life, they change their identity. The input which goes into their life is actually giving that output. Input doesn't mean that the money they input. Everything, spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, the energy
into the business. Yeah.
The certainty, the belief, the faith that we are talking about. Since many people are so much dwell into what they are doing, they are just doing. They're going through the life, they're existing, but they are not actually growing. They're getting stuck there and they see, okay, all right, they might have blah, blah, blah. We are not here spectating. We are here to help people who they see what we've seen. And we disqualify people. The reason because we are not see guys, when we get so many number of like-minded, optimistic, positive and success-minded people, we help them. But at the same time, one weed is enough. That is why we are so much concerned about whom we are going to help and mentor with. Because we're going to help and mentor lifetime through our online business educational program, which is being framed by the global business experts. And you can see our growth, you can see our progress, you can see our success in all the way, not only financially, of course that is, but our financial growth depends on all the other side of the wealth itself, because wealth is not just the money alone. We are actually giving you the bridge between your current life to your future life. We are bridging you. We are just progressing, succeeding with you, and we are calling you. Not with a pitch mindset, not with selling mindset, but servicing mindset, because we can see, we are seeing, right?
That's why our creed is let's all succeed together.
And we can see how far it's impacting our health, my kids' health, our kids' health.
And our mindset in every
and our relationship. Growth. Okay, yeah. I'm going to ask you one personal question. How many times in a day I get angry before? Many number of times, right?
Yeah.
2 years before. 2 years, just ask.
Multiple times.
I used to be an angry person, right? Talk about that. Tell about them. Yeah, for any silly things, right? She will not open easily, you know. Because she adjusts with me. Lovely girl.
No, he was short-tempered in the past. Yeah, before 2 years.
And now I hardly remember. I changed. Because the people I'm moving around with and the freedom I'm living with, because I know what I'm going to get in my life. I know my vision now. I know how many people I'm inspiring and impacting around the globe. When you know that, wow. So it is transforming our life. When 3 million can, we can. When we can, they can.
Anyone can.
Or you having that open mindset. reaches. And again, it doesn't mean that we can't help you, but it means that how we can help you, why we are going to help you. That's why we ask a couple of questions. You might want to make sure, we would like to make sure that we are helping a right-minded people. So it's going to 50 minutes mark. I think we can close it here. Do you want to say anything more than that? So Sunday business live, but why you're not talking about business? Guys, business we can talk. It's not how we are doing. It's actually like how we are. You're always doing, right? So many things you're doing, right? It's not what we are doing is important. It's what we are becoming. Who we are becoming is so important. That is what the happiness is. If you focus on what we are doing, we focus on what we are spending. And we will be drifting around without having a vision. But we must focus on what we are becoming, how we are becoming by around with like optimistic, positive, and success-minded people. And that is what the growth, that is where the progress, that is what the success is. And the moment you reach us, yes, we are here to give a hand to you. We are here to succeed with you. We are here to coach you, personally help and mentor you through our online business education program. We are here to show you up front what actually the business is. Then you make a smart decision. Succeed with us, right? Awesome.
And why you said like why we are not talking about business? So what you are expecting in this life? Numbers? Is that business means numbers? Are you expecting numbers to know about numbers in this life? No. So we are in this business life is mostly how aware are you?
That's it.
About where are you now and where you want to go. So that's the main thing for today's business.
Ask yourself, guys, if you're doing what you're doing now, after 10 years or after 20 years, where you're going to be in your life. And if you see that if you're here and after 10 or 20 years, if you're not here, and after 10 or 20 years, if you say that I'm going to be here, ask yourself, is it the one that you're going to do in your life for the rest of your life? Is it the one that you're going to feed into your kids as well for the rest of your life? Just question yourself and answer for that. Because so many times in my workplace, I couldn't able to fit myself there. When they're talking about something rubbish, about politics, about weather, blah, 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 I always come back. I spend most of my time, I always share with you that I'll spend most of the time in the washroom there, comprehending all this. Not social media, but comprehending all this. I ask a question within my inner self. I listen to my inner voice. I listen to my inner gut. I come back to the car. I comprehend so many questions like this. Is it the one that I'm going to do for another 10 years? Is it going to bring me a change in my life? Then it doesn't give me an answer. Right? It didn't give me a change in my life. Then, oh my God. Then if it is not going to give me a change, then where the change comes from? It's not going to come from outside. I'm not having a quick rich mindset. I'm not having a take it easy. I'm not a take it easy person. I'm not a take it for granted person. But at the same time, don't I deserve that kind of life? Don't I deserve to be with my family? I ask these many questions. That is why we are here in front of you. Doing our best every single day, challenging us to come in front of you to help you. Because we are focusing on who we are becoming. And now we started doing a public speaking.
Yep.
We started doing podcast. We started doing daily live episode. When we started, we haven't done anything. We haven't done anything. But now we are doing. Why? Because we are becoming. So we do have. We have to become that person first. To do the things what is necessary to have that abundance. But most of people are having the mentality of have, do, be. I will have it first, then I'll do it, then I'll become that. Then they'll exist where they are. So cheers, live the life to the fullest. 55 minutes mark. Oh my God. Because we would like to share with you so many things. You can see at any number of times, or you can see this cut also. That's fine. But it's not the business that we are doing. Of course, it is so important. It is so certain. But with what mentality, with what mindset that it is. And if 3 million can do,
why can't we?
that's it.
Why can't you?
Yeah. Give your hand. You're going to impact as I said. Why November 16th? Because by 2021, November 16th, I decided from my job, early retired from my job, to live a time freedom, which I was doing for the past 23 years in my life. In 10 months' time, I resigned from my job to live in the time freedom. So that is why November 16, 2027, we are going to impact 1,000 people, including you. So that is why we are calling the right mindset people who are seeing what we are saying to give your hand, come with us, succeed with us, and let's impact more. Let's make the number more. Not just 1,000, even more than that, around the globe.
Minimum of them.
If you are a coachable like us, if you're having that kind of burning desire, if you see that, wow, I need to live that kind of life, I need to live with my family, I need to live that kind of freedom of life, because I'm here for more. I'm not here to settle small. I'm not motivating you guys. I'm not motivating you. I'm telling you the fact of life. You are not, many people are not seeing that. But if you are seeing such kind of thing, give your hand. That's what we are asking for. Let's impact more people. Let's inspire and impact more people around the globe. There are so many people don't know about this. There are so many people are not aware about this, but still they have that burning desire. Still they have that flame inside them. But since they're not aware, they're doing something here and there without having a proper direction or without having a tunnel vision. They're doing something here and there. They're drifting around. That is why we are here to show that this is the torch mind. This is the, what is it called as? The Olympic, they will run with that. This is the torch. This is the torch for your mind. Come on. Let's make the torch furthermore glow. Let's impact furthermore. Let's impact more and more families. Let's show the real meaning of life. So ask yourself, have you started living? That's it, guys. Live the life to the fullest.
Watch our other lives
Yeah.
in our YouTube.
Yeah.
Pioneer Prosperity.
Maddie and Sudha, Pioneer Prosperity Movement. There are so many number of YouTube videos there. Recently we started, but it's going around 30 videos now.
Okay.
Yeah, you can subscribe for it, or if you're not, that's fine. You just go through it. There are so many topics that we have covered.
Educate yourself.
And if you like to furthermore know about things like that, let's get aware about, okay, Pioneer Prosperity Movement Facebook group. Send a request. We are here to see through that. That's fine. All good. Live the life to the fullest. Let's all succeed together. Cheers. Bye. Yeah. Just a minute.
Maybe show that.
Yeah. Just change the stuff.
Yep.